Max, there was another thing that happened this weekend that I feel like flew under the radar, but is kind of interesting. Fun.
It's fun.
So a few months ago, we had a meeting. We had like a kind of a staff meeting here, and we had it over with our friends at Big Game USA.
Yeah.
Big Game USA might be the most important company in college football that nobody knows about.
High school, too, at this point.
High school as well, yes. High school as well. Big Game USA is a football factory. And I don't mean that in a kind of like Lake Travis, right? Oh, Lake Travis. Katy is a football factory, right? No, I mean they actually make footballs.
Right.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
And one thing, we got the tour when we were there, and it's very, very cool to see them make these custom footballs. They do it for Nike, is that correct?
For all the manufacturers,
For
Adidas, all of them, custom make the balls, measure quarterbacks' hands, and they make them for Nike, for Adidas, for every. I think they have 108 college football programs, FBS programs, and over 900 high schools. Last time I checked.
So this is not. I'm holding one up for the podcast listeners.
We have a bunch of them around here. We should have grabbed them before we did this.
This is not a Big Game football, but the way that what's so interesting, I didn't even know about this, is that the founder, whose name I do not remember.
It's Chris.
Chris, that's right. Thank you. Took us through, and he goes, here's the thing about footballs, is that the only rules are, it has to be X wide, like the diameter has to be there, and then it has to be, and then like the was that basically it? Like it has to be like
there
oblong.
Are very few rules. It's pretty wild.
Rules about the actual football. And so what they do is that they bring in high school and college quarterbacks and fit them for their hand. So like if you want a special kind of laces, you can get that. If you have a quarterback who is a scrambler, right? And he needs to be able to hold the ball securely with one hand, you can make it thinner right near the nose of the football so that he can grip it better. They have different different kinds of material they make it for different types of quarterback. It was fascinating, and they basically custom make footballs for your particular team.
The founder is Chris Calandro.
Thank you.
I always forget his last name.
It's super cool, and so SMU, first of all, they make it for what was it, over 100 FBS
108,
teams.
I think, was the last number we got. FBS programs, and then over 900 high school teams. The place is a football lover's paradise.
It's amazing.
It is so cool.
It is. It's really cool.
And one of the benefits is coaches and teams can bring their players in, have their hands measured, picked out, throw around a few footballs, make sure they have a right feel and all this. Mm-hmm. And if you happen to be in the metro area, like SMU does, you can have a little ceremony each off season celebrating the new season by blessing the new footballs for the upcoming season. We have a bunch of footage that the SMU guys put together for us that I asked for because I just thought this was a really cool thing. And so
the SMU team, I'll kind of describe it for the podcast listeners. The SMU team, like Coach Morris and a few of the other guys,
staff members, and then a bunch of boosters
went out there, and first of all, I'm sure Coach Morris made sure that the footballs are exactly how he wants them to be, and him being an offensive guy, like he's especially going to be hands on with it. The other thing about it is that then they blessed the footballs.
It's great.
Like,
love it.
So did they bring in like a...
I don't know the specifics on like what,
a pastor?
I assume like a team chaplain comes in and does the blessing, for the footballs. But boy, I just love stuff like that.
That's a neat idea to be able to do that. And who knows? Listen, and they, football's a game of inches, right?
Right.
Well, maybe you just need one or two like cosmic inches.
Right. Exactly. And this is the final step of a process, and this is why I think what Chris Calandro over there does is so genius. Is these football programs invest millions of dollars to try and be the best, right? And for years, they were getting the same footballs, everyone across the board, when they could have had custom footballs. And so he kind of stepped in and was like, no. This is Texas.
Like, I can do this better.
We can do this better, and we'll do it in the home of football.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm telling you, if you have a chance, if you're in the DFW area, you need to go check this out because this place is super awesome. And the second bit of footage we're going to have here is you'll actually see some of the assembly line stuff here of how they're put together. And I think they even had someone on the SMU staff tried to do the turning the football from inside
Oh
out.
yeah,
Oh
dude!
my God, it's
I
so
saw
hard.
I saw that. Like
They let us try.
Yeah,
it's
was
so hard.
It's impossible because the leather is so like it's still like really like
Yeah.
tight, and
Yeah,
it's
he's doing it right now.
That's-
it is. So, this is the end of it, but it takes you like a solid minute and a half to get it from inside out to what
Right-
he just pulled
to
off.
right
it's,
side
it's
out.
pretty crazy.
and then we got Chad Morris after the blessing had a little bit of a soundbite. Here's Chad Morris there.
Just finished up another year at Big Game here with Chris Calandro and his staff, and what a great event as we create the game balls for the year and our Bless the Ball event. But I want to say thank you and good luck to everybody this year, and pony up.
So it's cool. They look. We have high expectations for SMU, and look, we're never going to know if blessing the footballs ends up being
Hey,
the
I
difference.
love it. I love stuff like this. I told Chris Calandro when we were there, this is like one of the coolest places on earth. Like if you're just a sports junkie, football junkie, you can't help but walk around the place. There's footballs everywhere. You're picking them up. You're playing with it. You're throwing them around. I think I had resin on my hands by the end of the day. I'd messed around with so many footballs that were freshly done.
Well,
It's
and that's
just-
I mean, and the cool thing is like what I like even if you just want the standard football, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to make any changes. Like
Right.
they can if your team colors are blue, they
Yeah.
can have like blue
blue
laces.
laces.
You
yeah.
can have like your logo branded on them.
Some of the stuff they were doing for high schools, I was blown away,
nuts.
man.
You would
Like,
think those were like for NFL teams.
we walked through that day and we just picking random footballs up that had just been finished.
Yeah.
There was a Farmersville. There was a Port Neches Groves. I mean, it was awesome.
It was
it's a really cool place.
It's a really cool place, and SMU got the opportunity to go out there and check it out.
Yeah.
So we
I
appreciate
love
them
that they do
sending
that.
us a
It's
little
great.
bit of footage for that.